Jake Willie Silly, man, a.k.a. Mr. Take It Easy for you end up life easy. But make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch in the description down below. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay, it's in the description down below. But we got one sports analyst versus 25 NBA and NFL fans. You know, part one was definitely a good one. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you know, and these dudes kind of know what they're talking about. But we're on this question: Michael Jordan is the GOAT and laughably better than LeBron. It's not a question; it's him saying it, and I disagree with that. Skip Bayless wholeheartedly. I disagree with that. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. You're saying laughably. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan, in my opinion, is not better than LeBron James, honestly, and he will never be. That boy came over there fast.
You got some quicks, man. I'm impressed.
Because I'm ready to come get you.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna start here with you. You want to discredit talking about 1-9 in the playoffs, and then not even talk about the fact that he couldn't even get to the finals in his first 6-7 seasons, right? So you prefer somebody not even making it to the finals? That's crazy.
Okay,
you want to discount
think of what he had in the way. He had two of the greatest teams ever.
Who did he have in the way? Like, bro, who did LeBron have in the way? San Antonio Spurs, the Magic, the Boston Celtics. Skip, what are we talking about? Look who he had in the way. So basically what we try to do, we try to discredit, we try to, I don't know, feel sorry for MJ, but when it comes to Bron, bash Bron went through the same thing MJ went through. MJ ain't had no help, Bron ain't had no help. The difference is Bron made it to the finals without any help. MJ did not. But at the end of the day, Bron faced crazy teams just like MJ. Why you acting like it wasn't no teams out there, bro? You got the Boston Celtics. You got Kevin Garnett, bro. John Rondo. Ray Allen. Paul Pierce. The Magic. Hedo Turkoglu. A prime Dwight Howard. Jameer Nelson. Rashard Lewis. Like, bro. San Antonio Spurs. Like, bro, what the frick is we talking about, gang?
The way, and he didn't even have a Robin.
What you mean respective conference, nigga? We talking about the Eastern Conference, nigga. Is the Cavaliers in the East? Is the Boston Celtics in the East, bro? Is the Orlando, bro?
Yeah, he was going solo. He didn't have a Scottie Pippen yet.
LeBron did first couple years.
Okay,
LeBron did.
That.
And he made it to the finals. He made it to the finals with a less roster than Jordan did.
And they got swept by the Spurs. And
because of his team. Because of his team. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm talking about this finals, bro. Look, bro, my man's, bro, stop trying to debate with me, my man. I'm going to school you, my man. I'm not talking about no conference. I'm talking about the finals, bro. Go and shut up for me, my man. I'm talking about the finals, bro. What the freak are you talking about? He made it to the NBA finals. What the freak are you talking about? He faced the Spurs in the NBA finals. You know what I mean? The Spurs. Nigga, I know the Spurs in the Western Conference. You ain't telling me something I know. I hate when people trying to make it seem like you telling me something. Nigga, you not schooling nobody over here, boy. You know what I'm saying? You're not schooling me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga be trying to make a nigga look so dumb, so bad. But I'm talking about the finals, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, stop talking to me, gang.
I didn't even bring that.
You don't know about sports more than me, bro. This is my job, bro. This is something I do, bro. You don't know about that, bro. Go ahead and stay in your lane, bro. Go and argue about the niggas in that chat. You don't want no parts of this, cause I promise you that, bro.
Because I give you that one.
Niggas talking about the Spurs. Like I'm saying, the Spurs in the Eastern Conference. I'm talking about the finals, you jackass.
So you want to hold somebody accountable for going to the finals and losing than not going to the finals at all, right? More money to the city, so many more things accomplished, less players on the team, right? Then his other final losses, right? You could even talk about the fact that when he went up against the Warriors, he didn't even have a running mate with him either, right? So
he didn't have a running mate with him 2 times, Skip Bayless. 2 times. The last time he played KD in the Warriors, Kyrie left. The first time he played the Warriors, Kyrie and K-Love. Like, why do we act like that didn't happen? I realize injuries is a part of the game, but why do we act like injuries does not affect a team? Especially when it comes to the type of player Kyrie Irving is, the type of player Kevin Love was. Kevin Love wasn't a superstar, but he meant something to the Cavaliers team. Without Kyrie, you really think they're going to beat the freaking KD, the Golden State Warrior? Like, bro,
every time
he was rocking with George Hill, J.R. Smith, like Tristan Thompson. Like, come on, bro.
You want to protect Jordan? I knew you were going to go with 6-0.
Okay, so he goes up against the Warriors.
Okay.
And I always give him this. Those first 3 games, you remember, because he doesn't have Kevin Love, he was gone already, right? Kyrie fractures his kneecap.
In the first 3 games in 2016, LeBron was up 2-1. Please do not do this, Skip. LeBron was up 2-1, bro, before Kyrie got injured. Please do not do this. He was up 2-1. In 2016, he was up 2-1. So, Skip, don't do this.
Overtime of game 1 at Oracle. Remember this? LeBron put up the greatest numbers of his career for 3 straight games. And I'm like, you got this team, because they weren't the Warriors yet. They obviously didn't have KD yet, and they weren't sure who they were. So they're down 2-1, and game 4 is in LeBron's house in Cleveland. And in game 4, he was horrible. He goes 7 of 22. He was 5 of 10 from the free throw line. And I'm like, the next day, I'm telling Stephen A. on ESPN, he had a chance to step on their throats. It was, remember, the Iguodala game where Steve Kerr said, I'm going to switch. I'm going to start Iguodala.
So when you don't have nobody else to pass the ball to, I mean, shoot. Why you not going to talk about how many points he had, though, Skip Bayless? Talk about how many points he had. At the end of the day, when there's nobody, who is it to help? Who is it to help? Who is it? Matthew Dellavedova? Like what? JR? Like what is it?
I'm going to put him on LeBron. And LeBron just shrank. He closed up. He had them. If he had stepped on their throats and they'd gone up 3-1 in this is the 2015 finals, the first one against the Warriors. You got me. That you could make a go case. But instead, he shrinks and disappears in games. Here we go again. 4, 5, and 6 right on schedule, and they lose in 6 games. So he couldn't close deals. All the great clutch shots that Jordan made, they closed deals. LeBron's made a few clutch shots, but they never mattered. They were never meaningful. They never ended series or games or championships.
No, you see, that's where you're trying to pick and choose, right? You want to talk about clutch games, but then you don't want to talk about how he's dragged so many teams to the finals, right? And he's the one hitting the game-winning shots, right? The same way he took Toronto out, right? The amount of times he did that countless times, you don't want to talk about that, though.
Well, I will.
You want to only talk about when Jordan does it in the finals, as if Jordan's career was only 6 years. He's 6 on the finals, but his career isn't 6 years.
No.
He had 6 to 7 years before that, and then he had another 2 years in the Washington Wizards at 40 years old. We don't want to talk about LeBron at 40 now.
Okay,
They literally tried to drag him out the court. Gilbert Arenas talked about how they literally was ready to hand him the keys and get Jordan out of there by 40.
He was
a cancer.
Ceremonial years. He wasn't a cancer.
Yeah,
he was running the show. He was going to be the GM and the head coach and the fading superstar.
So those years don't count then.
Okay.
That's the way it sounds like
the last 2 years I don't count.
That's crazy.
Okay,
but then you want to count everything about LeBron.
You want to count everything LeBron does. That's what I'm saying, bro. Everything LeBron does, they want to count it. But when it comes to LeBron, that's what I be saying with these niggas. You want to show pity for them. You want to show pity for them, but when it comes to LeBron, no pity. LeBron, no pity. LeBron don't get no slack. But when it comes to Jordan, well, Jordan was facing, the greatest teams to ever assemble. That's why he wasn't making it to the finals before Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. They all want to show pity to other niggas. But when it comes to LeBron, no. He's not clutch. No, LeBron has to win. No. But when it comes to MJ and Kobe and them, pity. Well, he didn't have this player. He had to go against this player. No team that MJ went against, bro, before Scottie Pippen got there was better than that Celtics team. I'm taking the Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, and Ray Allen. I'm taking that Celtics team over that Kevin McHale, Larry Bird team. I'm taking that team over that regardless. Robert Parrish, I don't care. KG better than Robert Parrish. Larry Bird got him. Larry Bird is that man, but nigga, I'm taking Rajon Rondo, who is a Hall of Fame point guard. Ray Allen, who is a top 75 Hall of Famer. Small forward, Paul Pierce, who is a Hall of Famer. Power forward, he's facing 4 Hall of Famers. Bron is facing 4 Hall of Famers. By himself. Kevin Garnett, Hall of Famer. By himself.
You want to count everything about LeBron, but then take some years out.
He took 3 years off. He retired because they ran his coach out the back door in Chicago, and he said, I'm out. Well, it was on pride and principle. He just said, I'm out. I'm not going to play anymore. And he came back because
greatness means keep playing year in and year out. Every year, LeBron keeps extending his career because the love of the game, and that matters.
You're talking about his coach. like, bro, what Hall of Fame coach really did LeBron have? Really, what Eric Spoelstra? You know what I'm saying? But it's like Bron never been able to play. He never came up under a Phil Jackson. He never came up under a system. Bron was the system. Name one coach that Bron played for that was on the level of freaking Phil Jackson. Name one. This nigga playing with Franks. This nigga playing with Tyronn Lue's. This nigga playing with JJ Redick. Sorry, JJ. But this nigga playing, look who he playing with, Darvin Hams. Nigga ain't not playing with no Phil Jackson. Kobe and MJ did, though. That nigga played with a Hall of Fame coach. Y'all know. For the people that watch this, a bad coach can make a good team look bad, and a good coach can make a bad, a good coach, look, I think I said it backwards. A bad coach can make a good team look bad, and a bad team can make a good coach look bad. I don't know. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. But nigga had Phil Jackson. He had a system built in. You think Bron, so you finna give leeway about Jordan quitting. So basically what you telling me, Jordan's a quitter. That's what I got. Jordan quit because they fired his coach. But out of all the coaches that Bron did, Bron could have quit. Bron could have quit with that sorry coach he had at Cleveland. Bron could have quit when he was with Darvin Scam. Bron could have said, I'm retiring after being with Darvin Scam. Bron had the worst of the worstest coach. Bron could have quit. Yeah, I'm finna quit. I'm finna go play baseball for 3 years. He could have quit, but he didn't. LeBron's a quitter and MJ ain't. I'm finna quit and play baseball. I'm done because it's getting too hard. I'm done. That's how you know the league was trash. That nigga retired, went to play baseball, and then bro came back and won 3 more. I bet you MJ can't do that. I bet you MJ wouldn't did that in that 2010 era. I bet you that boy retired and then came back, and that's how you know that jump was sorry. Look at the teams he played. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Bro started winning when Larry Bird. Bro started winning when the Bad Boy Pistons and Larry Bird, they was dismantled. When the East, MJ was winning when the East was freaking weak. That's when he started winning. He didn't beat Larry Bird. He couldn't beat the Bad Boy Pistons. When the East was good, MJ was 1-9. When the East was good. When the East got weak, that's when he started winning. That's when they started winning. That's when he started winning. When he got weak. That's when he started winning.
Okay.
Right.
They swear that MJ career is 6 years, though. They swear it's 6 years. They don't want to talk about them other years. They swear it's just 6 years. It's 6.
His heart is still in it.
In
and
the
he's going
short
even
time he
towards
played,
40.
Jordan won 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1 scoring title. Jordan was the defensive player of the year.
Because Jordan never, bro, you talking about scoring titles. Look who LeBron had in the league with him, and look who Jordan had in the league with him. Let's keep it real. When it comes to the 90s, bro, and when it comes to the 80s, your guards and your fours wasn't as dominant as ours. Y'all big man was dominant. The Hakeem Olajuwons, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, the Shaquille O'Neals. Y'all had the big Patrick Ewings, Matombos. Y'all had the big man on lock. But when it come to guards, nobody was doing what Jordan was doing, bro. When it come to small fours, you ain't had no Kevin Garnett. You ain't had no Carmelo Anthony's. You ain't had no Steph Curry's, Kyrie Irving's, Kawhi Leonard's. Nigga, we had more efficient scorers in our freaking generation, bro. David Robinson. We had more efficient guards and forwards. Everybody hooping. Man, you got 6'10" niggas hooping like they 6'2". That's the era that LeBron was in. So you talking about scoring titles. Nobody was doing what MJ was doing. That's why Larry Bird said it was God in human form, because nobody ever seen that ish. But what Jordan doing, man, we see that every day on a daily basis. Even though Jordan, I feel like, is the #2 player of all time, we see that on a daily basis, bro. All the little wraparound, man, bro, nobody was doing that. Bro was ahead of his time.
Here in 1980.
Name one guard that was doing what Jordan was doing. Name one guard. Name one. And then he came in the league with Kobe. Came in the league with Kevin Garnett. He came in the league with Tinder. He came in the league with the greats, man.
He's the defensive player. LeBron was never defensive player. 9 times Jordan was first team.
I think he got robbed of defensive player of the year too, if I'm not mistaken.
He's the defensive player. LeBron was never defensive player. 9 times Jordan was first team all defense. I'll give you 5 times early in his career, LeBron was first team all defense.
Could you not argue that LeBron should have got way more MVPs because he was always the best player all those years, but they don't count it. Okay, so now we're going to take away accolades from him.
You don't think Jordan was the best player for 11 straight years in Chicago?
No,
he was. It was just ridiculous how much better he was.
I'm not arguing that.
Okay. All right. So let's look at LeBron's buzzer beaters, okay? Because I know them by heart.
And he has more buzzer beaters than Jordan.
No, he doesn't. It's 9-8 Jordan. It's 9-8. I'm not cherry picking. I'm not semantics. I'm just telling you the truth. It's 9-8 Jordan, and I'm giving the 8th that thing the other night.
I'm sorry. Wait, you only talking about the playoffs? 9-8.
No, I'm doing total regular season of playoffs. The other night,
please fact check.
LeBron had a little tip in at the buzzer. Do you remember this? On Luka's missed shot, and LeBron's just right at the rim and just tips it over the rim, and you have to count that as a buzzer beater, and it was the weakest, easiest buzzer beater in the history of buzzer beaters.
Oh my God, bro. Jesus Christ, bro. Let LeBron would have did it though. Let Jordan would have did it. Oh my God, he's the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? The greatest of all time right here. Oh, he does it again. MJ, and the crowd goes wow.
Beater, and it was the weakest, easiest buzzer beater in the history of buzzer beaters. Okay, all right.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so here I'm going to get to Jordan's in a minute, but
what the freak?
I'm watching every game LeBron plays.
I watch every game too.
477 NBA games before he finally hit a walk-off shot, and it was on Ronnie Turioff. It was at Golden State. This is probably way before your time because it was January 23rd of 2009. It was a regular season game, okay? And he hit it, and I'm like, way to go. I stood up and gave him a standing ovation. And then he hit the shot heard round the world against Orlando in Game 2 at Cleveland. You'll remember this. In the year that they ended up losing to the Magic.
True.
Okay.
But the game is more than just game-winning shots. You know that, right?
No,
right now you're going down a rabbit hole. Like you want to talk about like clutch shots, end of game, but there's 47 minutes before that you got to play.
That,
which
but
LeBron
here's the point.
Go ahead.
LeBron was born without a clutch gene. It's as simple as that. He just was. Jordan is the greatest clutch I ever saw, and LeBron can be the weakest mentally superstar I've ever witnessed because he's afraid of the late game free throw line. And in late and close situations, since LeBron came into the league, he's the worst by far.
Why is basketball so much about the last 30 seconds when there's 47 minutes and 30 seconds in the game?
You're trying to make a GOAT
so
case.
Much, GOAT case, exactly.
And you're trying to make it over Michael Jordan?
Exactly.
You did a good job. You did a good job. Way to go. You're going to need that cross around your neck.
Yes, I will. I don't think
he's talking. You gonna need that cross around your neck.
You're going to need that cross around your neck.
Yes, I will. I don't think LeBron's the GOAT. I don't think Michael Jordan's the GOAT either, though.
Oh, so we're going a different direction.
I think we're going to go in the direction of Stephen Curry. And
oh my God! Here we go with these niggas. Here we go. Here we go with this ish, man. This nigga just said Stephen Curry. Y'all hear this nigga? Y'all hear this nigga, man? That boy just said Stephen Curry. Oh my God. We got a Warrior fan here. We got Op. We got Op here. Oh shoot. Stephen Curry. I ain't never heard that. This is the first. It was crazy how I said I'd never heard it and I just heard it. That boy said Stephen Curry. You see Skip Face? Do you see this?
The GOAT either, though.
Oh, so we're going a different direction.
I think we're going to go in the direction of Stephen Curry. And
Steph's not even better than Magic. Steph is not even better than Magic Johnson. And you talking about this nigga. You know what I'm saying? You talking about this nigga is...
I'm going to point out your simple statement.
That boy says Steph
in one
Curry.
word.
Steph Curry?
You said laughably.
Okay.
And to me, that's bigger than Michael Jordan versus LeBron James.
Bro, what?
You are simply hitting and taking a hit, a personal shot at the entire game of basketball that we are watching today. And to me, you bring up competition. I think seeing Steph Curry and LeBron James and go head to head in their rivalry, LeBron always posts on Instagram, he says, iron sharpens iron. Where was the iron sharpening iron with Michael Jordan when he was winning all of his championships? I understand that 6-0 is something that is perfect. You really can't debate it. But what you can do is say, all right, it was a beautiful thing. We're going to leave it in the past because there is greatness in front of our eyes.
I mean, like I said, we can't, you know what I'm saying? We can't. One thing I don't like what people do is I don't like when people try to like discredit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never going to discredit MJ accomplishments. Like, what MJ did was amazing. Like, even though his team wasn't as strong as, you know what I'm saying, as, even though the teams that MJ faced wasn't as strong as the teams that LeBron faced, I'm not finna just act like MJ wasn't that guy. That's one thing I hate that people do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, bro, Steph Curry is not even in the same breath as MJ, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? MJ was just ahead of his time. That's really what MJ was. Like, if MJ was in this league today, bro, MJ would freaking, like, punish this league. He's one of them players, like, back then where I could just be like, yeah, he could play in this league today. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like he was just better than everybody. He was just above his time. Like, nobody was just doing what that man was doing. Like, bro, play how they played in my era, 2010. That's how he was playing back then. Like, he was just above everybody. So that's why the competition just wasn't as strong, because he was just the best. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no comparison. Wasn't no Steph Curry. It wasn't nobody that, you know,
and it's LeBron James
that was on that level back then, other than like Magic Johnson. But we know that Magic Johnson wasn't really in MJ's era. Magic Johnson only played 12 years. You know, he had to retire early because of his problem that he had. But, you know, Magic and Larry Bird, they was getting old, bro, when MJ came in the league. So, you know, we had prime Steph and prime Bron going head to head with each other. So it was really nobody that was really like that guy that was with, like, it wasn't no debate. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, Kobe came in the league, MJ was getting out of the league, you know. Bron came in the league with Kobe in the league. So it was like, yeah, Bron, Kobe, you know, it was always, he just, the league was different, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was so much more competition that I feel like, honestly. I just feel like the talent-wise was just so much competition. He was just better than everybody, bro. Wasn't no comparison back then, bro, when it came to freaking, you know what I'm saying, MJ. Everybody knew MJ was the best. It wasn't nobody else. But when LeBron came to the league, it was, oh, yeah, no. Kobe better than Bron better than Kobe. It was always this conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Stephen Curry. And then we get into LeBron.
That's why I put MJ. That's why I put LeBron over MJ, because it's just the stuff that this nigga had to deal with, bro. Like, bro had the 18 years old coming out of high school, bro. You coming inside the league, bro, with Kobe Bryant's, bro. With Tim Duncan's, with Kevin Garnett's, cats that's been in the league, man. Kobe already came off a three-peat. Bro was already dominant. Kobe was the best player in the league, bro. So Bron come into that and then overtaking that obstacle, bro, I can't do nothing but respect that, bro. You know what I'm saying? MJ coming in the league, bro, from North Carolina, bro. Who was the best player in the league? You talking about Magic? Larry Bird? Them boys was old, bro. You had nobody, bro, really, like, them niggas was old, bro. Them niggas was 80s, bro. They was old, bro. So Michael Jordan coming to the league, he became the best, like, already. Nobody was no comparison with nobody, bro.
Steph, and I'm going to sit here and say, Steph Curry, if he wins a 5th championship, which he will, which he will
not, my boy. You're not no predictor or nothing. Which he will not. You know what I'm saying? Promise you that.
And Steph's the GOAT. If he wins that 5th title, he is the greatest of all time.
He's definitely not. You know what I mean? He's not better than Magic Johnson. And I don't give a dang like about none of you talking about. He's definitely not the greatest of all time. That boy can only shoot threes. That's it and that's all. I don't understand. I don't get it when it comes to, bro, we're talking about playing stat. Forget the freaking rings, because, bro, we can talk about the rings with Steph Curry. We can bring up, bro, the rings that bro had a super Avenger team. I told y'all, everybody was Ant-Man and his team was Thor. You know what I'm saying? So we could talk about the rings that he got. 2 of the rings that he got, he wasn't even the best player on his team. Please, let's just go and stop it. You know what I mean? 2 final MVPs, Kevin Durant. So we can just talk about that right there. But he's not winning no ring anyways. But, bro, we're talking about, despite the rings, because you had a better team than MJ and LeBron with the rings you got. Despite the rings, we're talking about player-wise, bro. You are not a better player than MJ. You're not a better player than LeBron. And then like, it's just you're not, bro. It's just like even the stats, the accomplishments. You just not a better all-around player. You're just not a better player. Like, F the rings, bro. You're not a better player. That's what I said when it came to KD. F the rings, bro. Like, forget your rings. Honestly, I'm F the rings. The rings is a team sport. I don't know why we try to make that an individual thing. The rings is a team sport. F the rings that you got, bro. I'm talking about player-wise, you're not better than Kevin Durant. I'm sorry. The only thing that you do better than Kevin Durant is shoot threes. As an all-around player, you are not better than Kevin Durant. And that's just simple. People say that he's better than Kevin Durant because he won 2 rings without KD. You are not a better player than Kevin Durant. We could take away the rings. You are not a better player than Kevin Durant. You are not a better freaking player than LeBron. You're not a better player than Jordan. You're not a better player than Larry Bird, bro. You're just not. You are a 3-point shooter. He's not a better playmaker than KD. He doesn't get his Curry, bro. Curry does not make his teammates better, bro. He doesn't. He can't make his teammates better. He doesn't, bro. He cannot make his teammates better. Curry gonna look good because of Curry. Curry can't make his teammates better. He can't, bro.
Okay. Do you realize that Steph Curry and company had a 3-1 lead on LeBron without there's no Kevin Durant involved here, right? It's just Steph. So it's I think you would agree that was Steph's team, right?
It was
there's Clay and there's Draymond, and we get all that, but it's Steph Curry or bust to me.
Game 5.
Because
Draymond Green.
I don't give a dang about no guess. See, there you go again. There you Warrior fans go again. Game 5. Draymond Green, but Kyrie Irving, K-Love, Kyrie leaving. You don't want to hear that, but you want us to hear you, though. That's what I be saying with these delusional niggas. You want to say something, and then when somebody else say something, it's excuses. You see what I'm saying? That's hypocrites. That's what I be talking about, y'all. The same thing that you complain about, you do. The same thing you complain about, you do. You think we want to hear about Draymond when this man lost freaking Kyrie and K-Love? You think we want to hear about Draymond when bro ain't had no Kyrie and he facing a KD team with George? Come on, bro. To each his own. So when it come to Curry winning in 2022, Curry winning in 2016 because of injuries. Now, since it happened on his end, now you want us to feel sorry for the nigga because it happened on his team. But 2016, 2022 is the only reason he won rings in the first place.
He's gone. So you don't have.
Because LeBron made him gone.
If Steph is the GOAT, he's got 2 out of 3 at home to close the deal. All he's got to do is win 1 of 3 and 2 out of the
Exactly, and you don't need Draymond, bro. You don't need Draymond. You don't need Draymond. Draymond wasn't no all-star that year. Draymond, bro, really never been an all-star. He's been a defensive player, bro. If you're the GOAT, like you say you are, LeBron carried the team to the finals. Curry, why you couldn't do it? So you telling me you need Draymond? You need Draymond to win 3-1? You need Draymond? But you're the GOAT? You're that guy? You think Brown would have lost 3-1? You think Brown would have lost 3-1 without Draymond? I think not. Because Curry don't have it in him. Curry just not that guy, bro. He's that guy, but he just don't have that in him.
Oracle, and he can't pull it off because he's not that guy. He's not.
Dang, boy, Skip, please just say what I said. He can't pull it off because he just don't got that in him. Just like this year. If Curry is the top guy, he don't got it in him. If you think Curry finna win a ring this year, boy, he's smoking crack. He don't have that in him. He never had to carry a team. He doesn't have it in him.
Or at Oracle,
he need a team around him.
He can't pull it off because he's not that guy. He's not the GOAT. And what happened in Game 7 at Oracle? Remember LeBron's chase down block? Remember this?
Yep,
and Kyrie hits the game-winning shot. In the fourth quarter of that game, Steph Curry went 1 of 6, and he went 1 of 4 from 3. Well, I'm sorry, 1 of 5 from 3, and he had a terrible turnover with 2 minutes left where he tried to throw it behind his back and threw it in the 5th row, and it was a key turning point in that game. And without Steph disappearing in the fourth quarter, LeBron and Kyrie cannot do what they ended up doing. And after they blew the 3-1 lead, what happened on July the 4th that summer? Steph Curry led a contingent in a private plane and they fly.
Thank you, Skip Bayless, bro. God, Lee. Dang, bro. Chat, I want y'all to hear me. Does he not be saying the same thing I say? I told you the most hated man in America is the man that speak the truth. I keep saying it. How you gonna argue with me, bro? How are you gonna argue with me when I speak facts? I don't understand. I don't get it, y'all. I realize you're a Warrior fan. I realize you like Steph Curry, but you cannot argue with me, bro, when I'm speaking facts, bro. This is proven facts that I'm speaking, and you trying to argue with me. This ain't no opinion. This ain't no Kobe Bryant better than LeBron. This ain't that, bro. I am speaking facts to you, and you arguing with facts. You know how dumb that make you look? That's why I say, Warrior fans, you're delusional and you're a hypocrite. Just because all y'all go against me, that don't make you right. They think just because they think the same way, that makes them right. You just a whole bunch of dumb niggas. One man that's telling the truth is way more powerful than 1,000 liars. I'm telling the truth. Give a dang what you saying? Y'all agree with each other what you lying? You delusional, hypocrite niggas? They think because they think the same way and they agree with each other, that makes them right. But the whole time over here, you know this happened, you know that happened. Whole time I'm telling the truth, but they think because they in a big crowd, that means something. Yeah, I got a whole group of niggas that think just like me. I got a whole group of niggas that's delusional just like me. I got a whole group of niggas that's hypocrites just like me. So yeah, we're right, Jay. You're not. But that crowd don't mean nothing, boy. I'm a one-man army. And I know what I'm saying. Facts. You can't deny that. That's why I say that's the difference between me and y'all niggas. I ain't no hate nigga. I speak facts. It's crazy that in today's world, the truth is looked at as hating. The difference is I give Curry his flowers. Curry a top 10 player of all time to me. But one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell facts about that nigga. I'm gonna tell the truth about that nigga. But one thing I ain't never gonna try to do is discredit his game. I ain't never gonna do that. That's the difference between me and y'all. You ain't never heard me say Curry suck. And if I did say Curry suck, I correct myself and say, oh yeah, he don't suck. You know what I'm saying? This and that, the third about it. But when I say I feel like he just shoot threes, that's what the freak I mean, nigga.
All the way.
I feel like bro shoot threes. I feel like that's all Curry can do is shoot threes. That's how he got known off of shoot threes. I don't feel like if Curry had a three-pointer, Curry would not be a top 10 player of all time. Simple. Him shooting the three good makes him the top 10 player of all time.
Across the
that makes him talked about.
Tip of Long Island to visit
this is
Kevin Durant and Steph Curry.
Say that again, Skip.
Steph Curry led a contingent in a private plane, and they fly all the way across the country out to the tip of Long Island to visit Kevin Durant. And Steph Curry got down on one knee and said, "You've got to come save us."
And these LeBron. Come on, bro. And this is not what Skip Bayless making up either, y'all. If y'all remember that documentary that I reacted to, Stephen Curry admitted to doing this. He admitted to doing this, y'all. It's not Skip Bayless saying this. He admitted to doing this. He admitted to going to Kevin Durant's beach house and recruiting him. He admitted it. He said it out his own freaking mouth.
Across the country out to the tip of Long Island to visit Kevin Durant. And Steph Curry got down on one knee and said, "You've got to come save us. You, Kevin Durant, have to come save us because we can't beat LeBron James without you."
I understand.
Okay,
I understand that.
So you're disqualified as the GOAT. If you have to go beg somebody to come save you.
You're not disqualified because LeBron James, everyone here is talking about LeBron as the GOAT, and he did a very similar thing. When you look at Steph Curry and his greatness, I get that he choked in that moment. The 3-1 lead, you're never going to be able to beat that. But what he did in 22 against the Celtics and what he's doing now, you love Tom Brady. His best years are ahead of him, and I'm predicting that right now. Okay. Yes, 1,000%. Well, I think the next 5 years of Stephen Curry are going to be his best 5 years.
You gonna understand it. That nigga ain't got it in him. You gonna understand this year.
We don't know that. I'll bet against that because he's 37 years of age.
Understand.
Interesting. Way to go. Good job.
That boy said, Stephen Curry, sit your little stupid self down somewhere talking about some Stephen Curry.
What's up, Skip?
How are you?
Niggas laughed at you when you said that.
Dodger fan.
Right now, I gotta school you on this. LeBron is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. I know MJ is 6-0. We're kind of just like mystified with that. But LeBron's longevity for 22 years, the work that he's done since 03.
Okay.
And he's been in the shadow of MJ for 22 years. He hasn't been, MJ, who did he look up to? He was with Magic, Magic, that smiling face. Love Magic, but he wasn't as intimidating as being in Jordan's shadow for 22 years of his career.
All right.
I know the 4-6 in the finals, but man, 10 NBA Finals appearances. And just one more thing. I know we've talked about this. 2021, finals. The finals was the Nets versus the Bucks. 2018, it was Rockets Warriors. Jordan had to deal with that in the East. Oh, he wasn't pushed to a Game 7. He got pushed to a Game 7 in the Eastern Conference semifinals in '92. He got pushed to a Game 7 in '98 in the Eastern Conference Finals. He's been pushed before. He still triumphs. Jordan, you know, that 6-0. We're always going to be mystified from that. All around.
Okay.
It's LeBron.
I'm going to give you your first point. LeBron James is the longevity king. I mean, it's unquestioned. He is the most durable superstar ever. I'm watching a game the other night, and he hooks his thumb on the rim and pulls it, and I thought, oh, God, because that's your shooting hand. I thought, man, are you gone? Nope. They go tape it up, and he goes right back in. Incredible, blessed durability. That's how you play 22 years at age 40. LeBron has now played in the regular season 60,000 minutes to Jordan's 40,000 minutes. So it's an apple and an orange almost. And if we go total, it's 71,000. If I had the playoff minutes in, 71,000 to 48,000. Aha, that's 23,000. That's a magic number.
Okay, but I'm always, okay, look. It blows my mind when y'all love trying to bring up stats and seasons. So I'm going to go in and school you this. That's what I'm going to be trying to say. Hey, Skip Bayless, bro. I'm a real analyst, bro. So we always talking about seasons. So back then, players could not come straight out of high school. In LeBron's time, he can come straight out of high school. So put it like this. I'm going to go and break down the seasons for y'all because they love trying to bring up seasons and all that. And acting like LeBron James is the reason. You know, I don't know. They love. Oh, he played more seasons than MJ. So let's go and break it down right quick. LeBron James came in the league at 18 years old, and this is opinions, not facts. Came to the league at 18 years old, straight out of high school. MJ came in the league at 21 years old, did 3 years at North Carolina, and declared for the NBA draft. 18, okay? 19, 20, 21. Them 3 years off of his 15 career. He had a 15 he played 15 seasons. So that right there is 3 seasons off. So Bron came in the league at 18. MJ came in the league at 21. So by the age of 21, Bron was already in the MVP conversation. Bron already was on top of the league at the age of 21. MJ was not. So them 3 seasons that he missed, so 16, 17, 18. And then guess what? On top of that, MJ retired for 3 years to go play baseball. 19, 20, 21. So if MJ would have came straight out of high school like LeBron, and if MJ wouldn't have retired for 3 years, MJ would have played 21 seasons to LeBron 22. So we talk about minutes, and we talk about stats, and we talk about this, that, and the third. Bron has more minutes. Bron has more seasons played because Bron played in the NBA longer than MJ. Bron came in the league at 18. MJ came in the league at 21. Bron ain't retired to play baseball for 3 years. MJ did. And here you go talking about 22 seasons, stats, this and that, the third, then and that, the third. That's MJ's fault. And they ain't LeBron's fault that they couldn't go straight out of high school. Matter of fact, MJ was not good enough to go straight out of high school. Even if they could do it back then, MJ could not do it because if y'all did not hear word on the street, MJ did not even make his varsity team. So MJ wasn't even that kind of player to go out of high school. So he had to do 3 years at North Carolina. Because he just wasn't that guy yet. LeBron always been that guy. LeBron was that guy ever since high school. That guy that you see now that talked about, the chosen one, the expectation that you see now is LeBron, that was that when that nigga was in high school. So please don't bring up seasons to me because I just broke it down perfectly. Please don't bring up no seasons. Please don't bring up no minutes to me. But that right there is irrelevant to what I just said. And there you go. You're going to still trying to argue with me when I just spoke facts to you. You see what I'm saying? One thing about me, I tell the truth and I don't lie. But you still going to argue with me. You're going to argue with something that's evidence. You're going to argue with something that's literally proven facts. And here you're going to sit down and argue with me. So MJ ain't come in the league at 21 years old. Bron ain't come in the league at 18. MJ ain't retired for 3 years to go play baseball. I'm just making that junk up, huh? That's an opinion, is it? I'm just lying. I'm hating on MJ ever. I'm just hating.
LeBron tried to steal from Jordan, and he shouldn't have. Because LeBron wished a lot of this on himself. He right away declared himself, I got next. I'm the next.
It's funny. I'll destroy this nigga if I came on. I would destroy this nigga. I know more sports than Stephen A. and I know more sports than Skip Bayless, bro. They're just more popular, bro. But I would destroy this nigga.
How many times during LeBron's 22 illustrious career?
You finna say it?
How many times did he take a break? I know Jordan's done that a few times.
He got one break.
Oh my God. That boy saying the same thing. Here we go. See what I'm saying, man? There we go, man. Finally, man.
Talk to him. Career. How many times did he take a break? I know Jordan's done that a few times.
He got one break before they won their last championship in the bubble, the Mickey Mouse Championship, as I call it. He got one. He got like a 4-month break ahead of that.
Oh my God, that was his fault. That was his fault. You talking about Mickey Mouse, but niggas was literally averaging. Niggas was literally playing their best basketball. And then before COVID hit, we had the best record in the league, so we was already predicted to make the finals. But continue on, bro.
Because not 18 months, he didn't play minor league. He didn't go in the minor leagues. He didn't go try to go be an owner of the league. He's gone 22 straight years playing in the NBA.
Longevity king.
So many
that
playoff
doesn't make you the GOAT. That makes you the longevity
NBA
king.
Finals appearances.
Okay.
MJ couldn't get to 10. He couldn't get past the Pistons. Just like LeBron couldn't get past the Warriors.
He did get past the Pistons finally.
After 3 years.
There was a book written about it called the Jordan Rules, in which it detailed the rules with which the
Did you have to go pick up
the bad boys
Dennis Rodman
to stop Michael Jordan?
And thankfully he got Scotty.
To death of him.
Thankfully he got Scotty during that time because and he also had a head coach, Phil Jackson, during that time. Once they figured that out. But who did LeBron have as a head coach during that time? Mike Brown. Mike Brown is no Phil Jackson.
Nope.
He had Antoine Jameson. He had Ilgauskas. That's why he had to go to Miami. He had to go over there and team up. He learned how to win. And when
Eric Spoelstra is a real live coach.
Yeah, Eric Spoelstra wasn't no real life coach until LeBron came. What did Eric Spoelstra win ever since LeBron left? What did Tyronn Lue win ever since LeBron left? Can you tell me that? He's a real life coach because LeBron made him like a real life coach. What has he done? Is he won a ring? I don't care about going to the finals with Jimmy, but I don't care about that. He hasn't won nothing ever since LeBron left. LeBron made Eric Spoelstra to who he is.
Like I would bank on Eric Spoelstra, and remember Pat Riley was coaching the coach in that situation, so that was optimum. That was ideal, and LeBron needed a big brother to teach him how to win, and Dwayne Wade was that guy. Okay.
All right. But yeah, that's it right there, y'all. I told y'all I got to go to boxing practice. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like I said, your boy do box. I got to do my stretches, but I would definitely destroy Skip Bayless, honestly. Just keeping it real with you, bro. I do not feel like doing these stretches. Oh, my freaking God. You know what I mean? But the things that you don't want to do is the things that you got to do. But, man, I appreciate everybody for joining this stream, man. It's your boy Jay, man, a.k.a. Mr. Take It Easy for you. Up like bees. Your boy Jay out, man.